We're talking about The Devil Wears Prada 2. And if you didn't know, they made a second Devil Wears Prada. I know, right? 20 years later. And, yeah, 20 years later. And, they actually addressed this in the film itself, Devil Wears Prada 2. So, just gonna get into the review right now. Obviously, one thing to mention, this movie has a lot of marketing. Like, even the way Google is edited to, like, share this movie, like, there's a lot of, like, ads around it, ads that I usually don't see. So this movie has a lot of marketing. It seems like a lot of people are excited for it, though. When I first watched The Devil Wears Prada 1, I never really thought it was something that crazy. I recently just rewatched it and finished it for the first time, and it was just a fine movie. I'd probably give it a 7. It's just a fine movie. I think Meryl's character... Meryl's character is pretty funny, and like she is just a character, and like Anne Hathaway's character learning to be this like confident person and person to take action. This whole evolution, this whole thing that she did throughout the first movie was pretty cool. I liked it. Stanley Tucci's in it. He's pretty great. And yeah, I liked it a lot. How come when you click this pulls up the image? Anyway, they decided to make a sequel 20 years later, which takes place 20 years after the actual Devil Wears Prada story. And Anne Hathaway's character is now in her career. She's a journalist. She's really high up in her company. She works with a team. Meryl is still at the same position. She's in charge of like runway, like of their designs and all that. I don't really know the specifics. Of course, the company has changed a lot. Like there's new hires. Emily's character, Emily Blunt. Yeah, that's so funny how they named her Emily. But Emily Blunt's character is now in charge of Dior. I believe it's pronounced Dior. So she moved up, but still also kind of works for Miranda in a way. And something happened. This is kind of the thing with the movie. Like, something kind of just happens where it's like some company got exposed, and it affected, like, Runway as well as other companies. So they basically... I don't think she does smoke blunts. You should ask her, though. I can't. I don't know her phone number. Just kidding. No. Well, but seriously, something happened in a story where, like, a company got exposed for doing something, and, like, basically Runaway was going under, so they had to, like, basically hire Anne Hathaway, Andrea's character, Andrea, to help the company get back into good standings. Also, she was recently fired from her job as AI is replacing journalists, because this movie has to remind us that AI is replacing jobs. It's just, like... I love when movies do this, where it's like, there's this real issue happening, but we're not going to do anything about it. Okay, thank you, Devil Wears Prada 2. So, other than that, I mean, so she now works for Runaway again as an editor or journalist, like, character. She basically just writes papers for the company, and she helps get the company back into good standings. It's a pretty simple story. Nothing really, like, crazy happens, and... honestly, my biggest issue with this movie is really just that it's kind of the same movie as Devil Wears Prada 1. It's just business drama, except everyone is now in a different position in life. Stanley Tucci's character is always pretty funny, and he's kind of in the same position, though Miranda sees him more as like important to the company, and there are some moments in this movie where she acknowledges him finally. Speaking of Miranda, her character is the same, but also like... calmer and nicer. She's definitely not the devil in The Devil Wears Prada. She's not like a diva or whatever. She's kind of just a chill granny, honestly. There's a lot of TikTokers apparently in this movie that I don't know of who reports on fashion, drama, and gossip and all that. I didn't recognize them, but watch out. The movie does this thing where like some actors are like on the screen for a few seconds, and it was supposed to be like, oh, it's that TikToker that I know. So yeah, that happened a few times. Simone Ashley was pretty okay. She was like the new Emily assistant. Yeah, this guy apparently is a... what is he? He's a comedian. Wasn't he in, he was in Pizza Movie, or he's gonna be. Or no, in Pizza. Oh, I've heard about this, but I never watched it. Yeah, they had a surprise visit from Lady Gaga eventually, but other than that, I mean, yeah, The Devil Wears Prada is really just the same movie. I'm not picking up. there's moments in the movie where like they go to like new places or like brand new places, and it's really just showing off fashion and having parties, and like I feel like it's just a lot of like showing, and just like there's not just really any story happening. It's just people going to place after place, drama happening, and people trying to figure out what's going on and trying to like get back into good standings. And Emily has this husband character that she's engaged to who's rich, but he's so fucking cringe in this movie. I don't know if it was him, but I don't know who it was exactly. Yeah, was it Justin, this guy? I don't know. BJ Novak, he's in this movie, surprisingly. But yeah, Emily Blunt marries this guy, and he's like, all he wants is to do is spend money, but Emily doesn't really give a shit about that. A lot of characters do return, except Andrea's boyfriend, which obviously she's older. She's not going to have the same boyfriend from long ago, and she hooks up with Peter is his name, who I don't remember who it is. I don't know who plays him. Maybe it was this guy. But man, the boyfriend character in this movie was so bland and basic and so one-dimensional. And that was another thing with, like, there's a lot of characters in this movie that are just so one-dimensional. Like, we really just only have to focus on these 5 characters. Literally no one else. No one else matters in this movie. Decent camera shots. They showed off, like, the hotel building. That was pretty cool, I guess. Like, again, there was a lot of cool costumes. Funny enough, this was around the time the Met Gala was going on, so I don't know, like, fashion people, it was just appeasing to them, or appealing to them. Other than that, I don't really want to talk about spoilers, because I basically already did. It really is just the same movie. This movie doesn't really do anything to break barriers, or do anything that a sequel should be doing. There's not any really funny jokes. There's some things that got me to chuckle a few times, but mainly from Stanley. But nothing like har funny. This is amazing because it is a comedy, but I don't think it does a really good job of being a comedy. I just think it's a very bland, basic drama story with good prints or good dresses. Oh. So, all I can say is, if you like Devil Wears Prada 1, you're probably gonna like Devil Wears Prada 2, though I just thought it was okay. And for this movie, it just also was just whatever, and wasn't anything special. A little bit above mid. And, yeah, really my score for this is going to be like a 6.5, but it's really closer to a 6 if anything. Like, it just really is nothing special. And The Devil Wears Prada, even on its own, it's not, like, in my opinion, that crazy of a movie franchise. I don't know why they decided to bring this back, but I don't know. In a way, like I feel like The Devil Wears Prada just insists upon itself, where it's like, oh, I'm special, I'm crazy, I'm good, and I'm all this because I say I am. We got 3.3 from Letterboxd, we got 6.8 from IMDb, 78 from Rotten Tomatoes. I just can't agree with a lot of these scores. I mean, I guess this one is closer to me, but yeah, I don't really agree with a lot of these scores, considering they're giving them high 6s and 7s. So yeah, no. I'm just the stinker of this, but yeah, that's Devil Wears Prada 2. What's this? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, things like this, it's like, why they do this for Devil Wears Prada? It's just like, yeah, that was a cool movie to watch way back then, but it was, yeah, it was just, I don't know, man. Out of all the movies, you could have done, like, these cool interactive and marketing promotional things, like, I just feel like The Devil Wears Prada is just one of those movies where it's like, why? Yeah, Devil Wears Prada 2, it's whatever. It's whatever, 6.5, maybe a 6. Probably a 6, honestly.